to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you. Shalom. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing today? God bless you. It's been quite a long time and I want to say glory to God for another privilege in the land of the living. I've got so many things to be grateful to God for. And one of those reasons is that you are out there, you are alive, and you are healthy. It is to the glory of God. It is a privilege, like I have always said. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate God for you, for me, and for everyone. So God bless you and welcome. There is an information here about a woman who allegedly happens to be a pastor, Pastor Veronica, and who purportedly had announced that God sent her into this world to use her private parts, her vagina, to conduct healing processes for men who are sterile, men who are infertile, men who cannot impregnate their wives, and that God specifically sent her into this planet to do that. I actually saw that this morning. Somebody posted it. I won't bother talking about the person. I watched it, and just like you may also be surprised, I will give you the detailed information about that. But please don't be in a hurry to leave, because I will also give you some other things that you probably will have to understand. To make up your mind as per what is true. As per what is true. And so I'm going to read it out, and no need playing the video of some persons, because I've searched for the video. I couldn't find a video where the woman herself said made the said statement. And so here it is said on this website. It's actually Opera News, titled "See the Pastor, the Female Pastor." Hold on, please. See the female pastor that asked men to sleep with her so they could be healed. And they went out about to report it. Wonders shall never cease. Is this a sign of the end time? This pastor's claim is quite appalling. But should she be believed? Pastor Mrs. Veronica, who is the founder of Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministry as Asaba Delta State, has made a wonderful statement and offers solution to men who have infertility problems. The proof, they included: God gave me an anointed vagina. You only have to sleep with me and get healed of all your infertility problems. Men have gone through a lot in this generation, and God sent me to liberate them. You can choose to believe my anointing or leave it, but it remains true. Watch my video to hear the full message of yesterday, Pastor Mrs. Veronica. So I went on, I searched for the video, I searched on YouTube, I searched everywhere, I couldn't see. So the news continued. Said this yesterday during a church service, she was offering a sermon and said that any man that makes love to her will be healed of his fertility problems. She said that her mission on earth is to cure fertility problems in men, and once any of them sleeps with her, her body fluid touches his cucumber, such a man will be healed of his fertility problem. She went ahead to give her phone number so that any man with such a problem can contact her for a session. She took to her Facebook page to write the message this morning. What is this word turning to? Content created and supplied by studio.opera.com. Now, based on this information, it is appalling. It is very, very devastating. It is bad. It is terrible. But you see, I have also come to understand that there is so much hatred for Christianity today. Everybody wants to discredit Christianity. Everybody has found out that the content that sells mostly on social media today, is when you are able to concoct any kind of dirty story about Christ, about Christians, about pastors, about believers, about the church. And many people will take it on without actually looking into it. I was doing other things and I saw one of my beloved sisters who sent this to me, and she said she was interested in it. And so I then decided I was going to do this video. Now, what I found out, 95% of me believes that this story is not true. Now, the said number that she gave out, I couldn't find it anywhere. And if a church like that, I found out something else, but let me show you what I found out in this place. Let me open this up to you because somebody actually came up to kind of give some facts, from information about this revered pastor, Veronica. This Veronica has no surname. Just like her story, started that God sent her into this world, maybe like the Benin God who fell down from heaven and was found by a Fulani herder that took her to town, and then she went to a church and presented herself. Now, so this one now is actually more disturbing because she is not having a surname. Now, let's look at this. Now, when you look at what I have done, I went on Google and I searched for, first and foremost, their website. And their website, I couldn't see. There's nothing like that. They don't have a website. Now, everything you find here happens to be those media houses that have reported these things. I searched for her on Instagram. Now, there was no result of her on Instagram. The result that was too close to her was actually the result of another ministry, which I will show you here. Now, so I took away the location and I just put Instagram alone with the name. Still, what I found out happened to be the same thing. What I found out was Life of Faith. Now, if you see at Bloggers Niger Instagram profile, reported it, not their Instagram page. Now, I came here. What I found happens to be a different ministry entirely, Life of Faith, and these are, the postings on this. Then I went to Facebook. Remember what I read to you said she made the post on her Facebook page, but then it became very, very clear what, is on Facebook about her and what is not on Facebook. So I searched for the name and the video, whatever, on Facebook. Now, this is what I found. Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministry, Asaba Delta State. These are all that I found. And I began to go through it. I began to flip through the pages. I scrolled down. I went really down. I went down. Down. All I kept seeing are repetitions of pages such as Mountain of Fire, Dr. Chris Okafor, Reverend Olushola Areogun, and that Reverend Olushola happens to be the pastor of the Life of Faith ministry we found on Instagram. So there is no trace of Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministry. And look at the name that the ministry was given. It was given a name that will make you hate, even the appearance of the person before you hear the story. Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministry, because these are the time that prosperity gospel, which is not actually a gospel on its own, is going round. And then somebody did something which I tried to, read in order to juxtapose it with my own belief and conviction about this mysterious Pastor Mrs. Veronica. And this is it. There's exclusive. Pastor Veronica with the anointed vagina is fake news. Don't mind all the adverts here. And so it says that social media went into meltdown when stories about a woman identified as Pastor Mrs. Veronica declaring that she can heal men of their infertility by simply going to bed with them hit many sites. The controversial pastor said, you are already ready to you. Now, but the finding is that Following the stories, Coco TV Nigeria can confirm that after a thorough investigation, the stories and identity of Pastor Mrs. Veronica are figments of people's imagination and just fake news being peddled. First, Coco TV Nigeria team researched and, the name and the images of the pastor. Hold on. This thing is becoming too fast. All right. So pastor research shows that images circulating are far in between. They were doctored. And that is not the only news about Pastor Mrs. Veronica. Pastor Mrs. Veronica, within the same time period, was said to have, told her congregation that if your brother-in-law sleeps with you as a woman, you have not committed adultery, because your brother-in-law and what have you now, your brother-in-law and your husband are brothers, so you are still in tune. Now, and all these things, if you look at them, all these things took place the same time frame between March 10 to March 22 of year 2020. So when you actually compare and contrast, you will find out that to me, it is not real. To me, it is fake. It is fake news. And I'll ask everybody to disregard it. Now, this is what I'm telling you here, that the whole news started around March 10, 2020. Then in March 11, 2020, she justifies adultery, whereby she told people that they can sleep with their brothers-in-law and they have not committed adultery. So the whole news came out March 10, between March 10 and March 18 to 20, in 2020. The whole thing came out. Now, but sometimes when content creators lack content to create, I also do it. They go in to find some stories to bring out. But it is better we look out for something that is true and something that is real. So based on my findings, I want to ask you to, disbelieve it. It is not true. It is just one of those things that are being done in order to keep on denigrating Christianity and then, keep on making the church, demonizing the church in order to make so many people lose out. Is this kind of a thing possible? Of course it is possible. Nana Poku has anointed women with his manhood. So it is not as if it is not possible. But based on the scarcity of information and trace about this woman, her place and her ministry is nowhere to be found, at least for now. So I want to ask you to disregard it. It is not true. Thank you and God bless you. Meanwhile, if you think that I have made a mistake and you have a proper evidence, I really searched for her number to call her. I couldn't get. I would have called her. I would have interviewed her. I would have found out if that is true, but I didn't see. So based on that, I want to conclude that the person that brought out this information has just lied about the whole thing. Let me know what you think about the video. Put your comments in the comment section. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, from me to you, shalom.